For the first time ever, Citizens Energy Group is blocking sewer access to its Southside company.
The move comes after several environmental violations from metalworking lubricants and its wastewater. Water so dirty it violated federal law, leading it to now have to pay $2.6 million in penalties and damages. Our 13 Investigates reporter Sierra Putman is digging into what's next.
So Sierra, I think a lot of people want to know, where is this wastewater going to go now?
And you know what, Scott, I've been asking all week that very question. Turns out the state is also trying to find out what's next. And today is important because this marks 1 week since this company has been without a permit. Citizens Energy Group is charged with treating sewage and industrial wastewater from surrounding homes and businesses, including what ends up in the White River. As of December 1st, Michigan-based metalworking lubricants can no longer send industrial wastewater to citizens after years of violating environmental laws.
We actually filled it with concrete to prevent the plant from discharging to the sanitary sewer.
Dan Considine with Citizens Energy Group says oil and other pollutants in the wastewater actually damaged equipment, reporting metalworking lubricants exceeded discharge limits more than 240 times. Much of the water came from this building. In March 2021, the company said it would clean up its act and pay $1.6 million in penalties and damages. Citizens cited more violations. Now there's $995,000 in additional penalties.
Did that jeopardize other waterways in Indiana or the water that goes to homes?
It doesn't jeopardize water that goes to homes. You know, it certainly jeopardizes the environment, the White River.
Metalworking Lubricants is just a short walk down Senate Avenue, not far from this Southside neighborhood. To the west is the White River. Up ahead, Lucas Oil Stadium. And what happens at that plant impacts the nearby environment, which is why 13 Investigates started asking, where's the wastewater going now? A week of calls and emails led to no clear answer. It's up to metalworking lubricants to tell state regulators its plan. IDEM, or Indiana's Department of Environmental Management, tells me it has not received any update.
The fact that they don't have a plan is concerning. And it's not a small amount of water that they discharge. It's in the tens of thousands of gallons a day.
Gabe Filippelli is an earth sciences professor at IUPUI.
If there's not a clear plan, what's your worry for the surrounding environment and community near this place?
If there's not a clear plan, I'm worried their sort of plan is just to store it on site. And storage on site of that much water, especially if it's contaminated, can cause real issues.
Filippelli worries about an environmental catastrophe, like a leak that could harm people, wildlife, and water used by Hoosiers in Indianapolis and further south. And Filippelli's concerns are a real possibility. Citizens says some of that oily water actually ended up in the White River in 2020. And 20 years ago, hundreds of fish died when a different company released toxins into the White River.